My name is Taryn, and this is CreepyCrawlyKrazy. This is an educational channel to teach you guys all about the wonderful, gross, slimy, crawly animals out there. I believe that animals like snakes, lizards, spiders are not as appreciated as some of the cuter, fluffier animals like dogs and cats. I think reptiles get a bad rap, and they deserve just as much love as a puppy might. Growing up, I don't remember a time that I wasn't surrounded by animals. My parents sent me to SPCA camps during the summer, which really wasn't all that exciting. It was just learning how to clean dog poo from kennels and that animal abuse is wrong, which is exactly what they should be teaching, but it wasn't super interesting. In high school, in grade 11, there was a thing called the Humanities Co-op, which I applied into. It sends you to work experiences instead of being stuck at school all day. And I didn't get it at first, but then someone dropped out and my name was next on the list. One of my work experiences was with OWL, Orphan Wildlife Rehabilitation Society, and what they do is they take in owls. But not just owls, they take in birds of prey, such as eagles, hawks, raptors. Not raptors, but raptors. There I cleaned poop out of kennels and learned about animal abuse and how to care for birds of prey. So how to properly give them medicine, which is literally stuffing medicine inside of a fish and throwing it at them, because you can't shove a pill down the throat of an eagle that's supposed to be wild and to be released. I was lucky enough to get to learn how to fly owls, which is basically sticking a piece of food on your hand and having the owl come fly to you and take the food, and then you send it back to the person who's on the other side with more food. And that's how they would get exercise. Owls that couldn't be rehabilitated, like Sarah, that was her name. During the summer, between 11 and 12, I went to a place called CreepyCrawlyKrazy. CreepyCrawlyKrazy takes in indigenous wildlife, so indigenous wildlife to British Columbia, raccoon, bears, deer, all those lovely animals. I worked with a bunch of raccoons, again, cleaning poo out of kennels and learning about animal abuse and how to care for the raccoons and how to not make your presence as known. Like, don't let the raccoons be your friends, or else they'll think that people are cool, and most people aren't cool to animals. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I only did that for a month, so it's part of my summer. And then I graduated. And after I graduated, I went to Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons sucked, so I applied to rescue centers, animal care facilities, all that fun stuff. I applied to a kennel, I was denied. I applied to a rescue called Urban Safari. The ad for this place said, has to be comfortable with bugs, spiders, snakes, and talking publicly to crowds of 300 plus. I was 17 at the time, I was 18 at the time, and I thought, fuck yeah, let's try. So I applied, and the email I got back was not fun. Literally, the email said, thanks for your interest, but you are not the person we're looking for. So I went to a pet store. It was actually really interesting. I worked in the small animal section when I started at Petland, and that was with rabbits, rats, hedgehogs, and hamsters mainly. I hate hamsters to this day. They're from Satan's armpit. And then about 2 months into it, my boss came up to me and said, hey, do you want a raise and a promotion? And I was like, hell yeah. He said, cool, it's with reptiles. You'd be managing the reptile section. And I thought, I know nothing about reptiles. So they sent me away to Petland University. I am a graduate of Petland University. And I took the fish enthusiast course first, and then I took the reptile enthusiast course. So I have a lot of space in my brain that is being taken up with fish facts. Did you know goldfish can live for 20 plus years? Did you know you shouldn't keep them in a small tank? Did you know they grow to the size of their tank? Did you know if you release them into the water, like a lake, they continue to fucking grow. Did you know if you put them in a small tank, the outside stops growing and their insides just continue to grow until they burst at the seams? This is what I know about goldfish. What else could be in here? I know a lot about goldfish. So after a while of managing the section, I noticed the guy, he came in every other week or so and he would buy like 200 feeder fish from us. And one day I asked, what are you feeding these fish to? And he goes, my piranhas. And I was shook. I said, how many piranhas do you have? He says, I have 6, but I also feed it to my Oscar, which is another type of fish. And I go, why do you have piranhas? And he says, I own a rescue center, and not only do we have piranhas, but we have snakes, lizards, and all this other fun stuff. It was the owner and founder of Urban Safari, the place I had applied to previously, but that didn't click. Not until he said, you should apply. And I did. When I got the email back from my application, now saying reptile enthusiast course at Petland, did I see the 2 emails beside each other going, no, you are not hired, and yes, we'd love to have you in for an interview. I didn't tell Sharon about that until I was much more comfortable in my position, but when I left to go to college, she gave me a card that says, you proved me wrong, you were a perfect fit. She's really cute. Anywho, I applied to Petland. Not Petland, I applied to Urban Safari, and I worked there for 2 years. I met so many amazing people, and I learned so many amazing things about animals. These lovely little guys. Okay, you can't see one. He's hiding in the light, which is always fun. So here, and then my second one is over here. These guys came from the rescue center. Their names are Tick and Tack. They're male and female. They lay eggs and then eat them. I have a snake. His name is Slingshot. I did not get him from there. I actually got him from Petland. And then I have a rat named Connor, which I also got from Urban Safari. And then I left Urban Safari to become a vet assistant, and that is what I'm currently doing now. I am a vet assistant at a specialty hospital, and I do my graveyard shifts there. And it's really cool because we do ER, so if a dog gets hit by a car, it comes to us and we assess it, clip clean the wounds, doctor looks over it, decides whether we need to call a surgeon or not, or a dog is seizing uncontrollably at home, comes to us. Our doctors do, well, one doctor, but a doctor does leg surgery, back surgery. We have a cardiologist now. It's it's intense working there. I love it. I love it. It's really interesting. I know it's not something I want to do for the rest of my life, being a vet assistant. I miss working with reptiles. I want to work with the creepy guys. I'm a far way away from it, but I want to make my own rescue center. I'd be starting from the ground up, and it would also specialize in reptiles, and as much as I would love to still work at Urban Safari, I would have things I'd change, but that's the same with everywhere I've worked with. Like I said, I've worked at different rescue centers all my life. I've seen where things are amazing and where things need to be improved. I think I'm making great connections, and the reason for this channel is I want to make more connections, and I want to bring these animals out more publicly. So when someone sees a snake, they don't scream, they can go, oh, I know what kind of snake that is, that's a cool snake. Because snakes aren't scary, they're lovely. I wouldn't suggest going up to a random snake in the wild and giving a kiss. I wouldn't even suggest that at a rescue center, but I want a future where people look at a snake and they don't scream and run for the hills. Because I find I have that experience every time I either have my snake with me or I'm out and I mention that I have a pet snake and I'm met with disgust and fear. And I don't think that's necessary because I have a pet rat and a pet snake. My snake is a ball python. He is only 2.5 years old, and my rat is also 2.5 years old. It'd be a fight if I put them together, but my rat would kick my snake's ass. That's just, yes, there are some snakes that we have to be cautious about, but those snakes don't make good pets to begin with. Just like how in mammals, you wouldn't invite a bear into your home because that's just not safe. It's all about the education. Alright, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please share it. If you liked it and want to see more of what I'm doing, I will be hopefully interviewing a few people later on about what they do at rescue centers and what it takes to have a rescue center, what it takes to care for animals. Maybe I'll bring out and talk about my frogs, my snake, or my rat. I just want to teach people. Alright, I hope you learned something today. Have a good one.